Hey guys, we are back with another video. This one is from another one from Walter's World Eats. And this is what to eat in York, England, a foodie tour of York. And we've kind of touched on some of the stuff. Food in York, you guys were telling me. Um, Somebody was saying that I don't know if it currently does or it used to smell like chocolate when you go, but I guess they make chocolate there. And we had looked at some other foods. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and get this started and check it out. I will link this video in the description along with my Patreon link. Um, I am getting ready to do a another full episode react of Faulty Towers, and I just wrapped up the first season of Father Ted on there. So if you're interested in any of that, go check it out, and let's get this one going.
Hey there, fellow hungry travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're in York, England. We got York, Minster.
You know what? I don't have it pulled up for you guys. Let me do that. Every time I reopen this, it like doesn't remember. There we go. Let me restart it. Okay. Now we're ready. Sorry, guys.
Hey there, fellow hungry travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're in York, England. We got York Minster behind me, tons of pubs all around the city for you to enjoy some great pub grub and so much more. And today what I want to give you are what you should eat when you come to York and kind of Yorkshire in general when you're here in the north of England, because there's so many great things that are from here that you should definitely have. And we're going to start with the things that really let you know that they're from Yorkshire. And we're going to start with Yorkshire pudding. You know Yorkshire pudding. No, it's not like Jello pudding that you have back in the U.S. No. This is a bread consistency. Think of a popover, I guess you might say. And what it is, it's the drip. It's like the drippings from the roast beef, and it's all cooked up, and it's like an oily kind of thing. And then they pour the batter in there, and then it puffs up a bit and comes back down. Oh my God, it's so good. Like, you're gonna have it all over England, like, not a problem. But this is where it's from. So you're here, go and get some Yorkshire pudding. And sometimes you can get what's called a Yorkshire wrap, where they basically put a whole Sunday roast inside a big Yorkshire pudding and kind of roll it up and give it to you, or have it like a bowl if you want to be like a healthy version of it. But honestly, Yorkshire pudding is a must when you're here in York, okay? Also, if you're walking around, you
Yeah, I want that. If you watch this video or you watch my channel, you know that I love roasts. Actually, my birthday is coming up in a couple of days, and my mom was like wanting to know if I wanted to go out to dinner or if she wanted me to make some, or I wanted her to make something, and that's what I want. I told her that's what I wanted was like a pot roast and the veggies. So, like, that sounds amazing to me.
stop by the York Roast Company, get the Yorkie Pud wrap. Think of it like a Yorkshire pudding Sunday roast burrito, and that's what you're going to get, because it literally is a super huge Yorkshire pudding that's stuffed with either beef, turkey. They have other stuff. You can put pork if you want to put in there. Mine, I had roast beef, horseradish, stuffing, and veg. I mean, it was really good. So that's another thing you can grab when you're here in York. Another Yorkshire thing that you will be forced to have when you're here, and you'll be silly if you don't, is Yorkshire tea. Look, they love their strong tea when they're here in York, and Yorkshire tea is the local brand. And whether you're staying at it,
So, Taylor's was the brand of that one. I know of Twinings, we have that here, and then there's one that I saw in the Adele video that she liked better than that, and some of you guys agreed with her. Um, but I haven't heard of this one, so that's interesting.
an inn, or you're staying at bed and breakfast, or you're going out for dinner or breakfast or whatever, if you want tea, it's going to be Yorkshire tea. So make sure you're having that when you're here. And another thing is, since I'm on this, like, it's titled Yorkshire, so I should put it at the beginning, is Yorkshire custard tarts. The thing is, if you're here in Yorkshire, there's a lot of really great bakeries. Like here in York, I mean, tons of great bakeries. Just go around, grab some great food. It's not going to be a problem. But Yorkshire custard tarts, it's got, it's got the pastry crust, and then it's got like a cheesy curd kind of insides. They might put spices, and there'll be like little fruits in there as well. That's a really nice thing to have, okay? Now, moving away from things that actually have the word Yorkshire in them that you should have when you're here, I mean, it kind of gives it away. I think an important thing you need to have when you're here is chips and gravy, or just gravy in general. I mean, Here in York, they love gravy. Like, I got a steak and ale pie with chips
Same.
yesterday, and I'm not joking with you. They gave me like a cup of gravy to dip my fries in. You know, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, do you put that on the steak? And no, you don't. That's right. Here in New York, it's all about chips and gravy. So if you're going to get a takeout, you want to get a little nosh, a little bite to eat or something like that, maybe after the pub, chips and gravy are a way to go. But just in general, they really like the gravy here. Like, if you do a Sunday roast and you don't give the people here like extra gravy, it's kind of an insult, okay? So don't be surprised if you get over gravied when you're here in York. Now, another dish you should have when you're here in York is actually the lamb. There's a lot of really good lamb you can have around here. I mean, however you like to have it cooked, you'll be able to find it here in a lot of different restaurants. It's not just English restaurants and Yorkshire restaurants that have lamb. Other international restaurants will have lamb that's there, but the lamb from the Yorkshire region is really, really good. Now, another Yorkshire specialty you should have when you're here is the Wensleydale cheese. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong and people make fun of me, but the cheese you'll have, the local cheese that's here, it's wonderful. And you can actually have it as dessert in some places. Like, I had a dessert, I was at the Guy Fawkes Inn, I had it for dessert the other night with like this like fruit chutney to go with it. And so I was like, had the cheese with the fruit and it just goes so well together. Oh, you gotta have it. Now, another local Yorkshire treat is actually what's called
Guys, all of this sounds so good. I love gravy. I love all of these things. Like, I feel like this is where I was meant to be.
Parkin. And Parkin is basically like, when I say gingerbread, people think of gingerbread cookies, like ginger snaps. No. This is like a bread that has a ginger flavor with it, and that's the thing that's from here. And I'll tell you, if you're not a big ginger fan, a way to kind of cut the bite of the ginger, spread some salted butter on there. It goes over very well. I mean, it's such a thing that actually, if you go to some of the
It sounds so good too. My grandmother used to make like well, her thing was she would make these really delicious banana breads, and I didn't like love nuts when I was a kid, especially not my banana bread. And so I would always get my own loaf that she would make for me that didn't have the nuts in it. But another thing she would make too, and there was actually a place a cafe we would go and get it as well, but it was zucchini bread. And so I love all these different like flavored breads that you can get. And her and I also would eat ginger snaps all the time. So this sounds like right on par with all of that, and I'm here for it.
tourist shops here that actually sell little containers of it, little like, I guess you'd say mini loaves of parkin, and you can have that. I know I got some to take home to the kids. But honestly, the thing I'm really taking home to the kids that they really want, and something that made York a lot of money over the years, is the chocolate. When you go around York, you're going to see a lot of chocolatiers. Go buy the chocolate. Go buy
Okay.
the chocolate. Did I tell you to go buy the chocolate?
So is this where they make like the Nestle Arrows and like these Terry's? Is this like where a lot of the chocolate gets made over there? That's interesting. I mean, I know you guys told me it smelled like chocolate and they did make chocolate. I wasn't sure if it was like current or it used to. Oh, this place sounds like a fairy tale to me.
Because York has wonderful chocolate, and they have chocolates you've probably had in your life here. They're from here. And the thing is, the chocolates they've made here, there's probably one you know quite well no matter where you are in the world. Kit Kat? Yeah, Kit Kat. That's from here in York. Yeah, it is. So thank you, York, for bringing us the break of the Kit Kat bar to help us get through our days at work, at school, or, Halloween. Now, another treat you want to have when you're here, when it's in season, is actually rhubarb. And actually, it's called the rhubarb triangle, and it's a protected area, protected space where forest rhubarb is actually grown, and you can get all kinds of different rhubarb flavored things during the season or other times of the year. But that's another popular thing here in Yorkshire. And also, another good thing they do in Yorkshire is they make great ales. Not lagers, but ales, like straight up pump that ale out and have a drink kind of stuff. So whether you're having
Mm.
a half pint or a full pint, or you're just out with the buddies, you're gonna love the ales when you're here. And there's a number of brands that are out here. Tetley's is out here, John Smith, Black Sheep. I know I had quite a few Black Sheep last night. They were really, really good. So have those local ales when you're here. And the thing is, when you come to York, you have to realize there are tons and tons of pubs that are here and tons of other restaurants as well. But just in general with pubs, there's all the great pub grub that you have when you come to England. They have that here. Whether you want steak and ale pie, you want fish and chips, you want bangers and mash, you can get all those things when you're here. So that's not a problem. And I think it's just really important to mention because there really is like an insane number of pubs here. So you can go and meet locals when you're here. And that's one of the things. The people here in York have no problem coming up and talking to you and like befriending you while you're having dinner or while you're at the pub. So definitely make it a point to make sure you go to eat at the pub or have at least have a pint at the pub because that's one of the things that really makes York York. It's just the people and getting to know them when you're here. Another little thing I think I should mention, this is one thing I saw mentioned in a few blogs, I saw mentioned a few vlogs, I actually saw it on a few of the restaurants here, is realize that here in Yorkshire, you might have, and this is in different places in the north as well, just like in the US, there's different words for dinner and supper and tea and all kinds of stuff. And just realize that if someone says lunch here, they mean lunch, the midday meal. But some places will call lunch dinner, so dinner could be the midday meal. But also some places call dinner dinner, so the evening meal is called dinner. But also might just call it tea, which is at dinner time in the evening, okay? So just be aware that there might be a few different ways people might talk about the midday meal and the evening meal. So if you're going out to meet somebody, maybe just confirm. So we're meeting tonight for dinner, or we're meeting this afternoon for dinner, or at lunchtime, like midday for dinner, because that might help clear some things up. But honestly, when you come here to York, there's so many great foods to have. It's not gonna be a problem to eat well when you're here. I know I haven't had a problem, but though my level of stopping myself from eating is rather low, but honestly, there's fantastic food to be here, and honestly, this is my favorite city to visit in England because the culture, the history, and of course, the food. So have yourself a great time when you're here. If there's other things we should have in York or Yorkshire, please put it down in the comment section below because I know there's tons of other great restaurants, tons of other great foods when you're here. There's so much international food you can have when you're here too, but I wanted to give more of the traditional Yorkshire stuff, all right? So I'll say, have a wonderful meal when you're here in York.
That was good. I always like his videos. Golly, y'all, I feel like York as a place that I should absolutely spend a lot of time in if I get the opportunity to go over there. Um, I could spend the day having my tea and then some ales and a Yorkshire pudding wrap, um, and some chocolate. I would be all over. That sounds like my kind of vacation. That sounds amazing. And then we also watched the other video that was like a lot of attractions in New York, places to visit. That sounds like a really cool place. Is it like as touristy as like London might be? I know like London is kind of what everybody thinks of when you think of England. But it seems like York has a lot to offer as well. I could see like a lot of tourists going there, in addition to or opposed to London. So yeah, let me know in the comments. But yeah, that was really good. Looked really good. All that food is. If I wasn't full right now, I would be drooling. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like the video and subscribe if you haven't. Share as well. It helps the channel out a lot. And thank you guys for watching.